Hey, it's Dorleen, and today I'm working on a one-page layout. I'm going to put all three of those photos on this one page. I'm using this page kit from Photoplay called Gypsy Rose. This is an old one. I've had it in my stash, never even opened it. But I noticed that she's wearing pink and I'm wearing green, so I really wanted to grab some of these papers. I went through the whole pack, and those are the three that I chose. Now, I decided to use the fig paper because I love the pinks in it and also that really deep green. And also, I didn't think I would ever have a reason to use paper with a fig. So that was another reason why I chose it. And I also decided to make that my base of this page. That polka dot with that, it's kind of a craft color. I mean, because I think it's supposed to be more of a gold, but it's very craft colored. So you'll see I'll pull out some craft cardstock later to match that, which I'm doing now. I'm going to mat all my photos with that. And just a little bit, I don't give them too much of a mat, but I just thought that helps the photo stand out as well. And also gives some solid color to this base, since I will be using all three of those pattern papers. Now, again, I chose that fig paper because I thought I'll never have a chance to use fig paper, and really there was nothing fig related in these photos, but the colors coordinated perfectly. So that's a good tip. You don't always have to have matchy, oh, there's grapes, I need to wear something grape, that kind of thing. So because that's a lot of pattern paper, I went to my stash and I grabbed some solid cardstock that I thought coordinated well. I really love how that burgundy color really matches perfectly. It's like a purplish burgundy. You know how you just kind of get random cardstock colors and you're not even sure if they'll coordinate with anything, and then all of a sudden, like magic, it coordinated perfect for what you needed for a particular project. And same with this green. It's a very dark, like forest green, and they match the leaves on those figs perfectly. It is a darker green than this top that I'm wearing, but I still liked the green tone. In this paper collection, there was a lot of teal, and I did not want to use teal because I thought that contrasted too much. So once I mat the polka dots with that green, again, I wanted more basic cardstock because it was just a lot of pattern with these papers. But and I think you'll agree, I cut down these strips, 2 of that burgundy and 1 of this pink. Now I chose that pink because I was thinking her shirt was a little lighter, but it coordinates great, and it also coordinates with the fig paper in the on the background. So I am actually following a sketch, and I'll show the sketch in a little bit. So the sketch, see how they have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of blocks of color over on that left hand side. I'm going to play with those in a little bit. And this part that I'm doing right here, so on that left side they had another piece that was just kind of going from top to bottom. And this is a trick. You don't necessarily need to cut an entire piece. What I did is I cut 2 4-inch strips, and they're about 2 inches. And I just used my T-ruler and adhered a piece, tucked it under on the top and then on the bottom. So if you look at it, it looks like one solid, full, 8-inch strip, or however the diameter or the measurement would be, but really it's just 2 small pieces. That's a great way to use scraps. So if you had just a tiny bit of scraps and you really wanted it to extend throughout a page, something like that, it would work perfectly. So right now I'm grabbing a lot of the scraps from what I did earlier. So like you see that forest green, and each one of these, the pieces of paper that I'm cutting are approximately 4 inches wide, and they're about 1.5 to 2 inches tall. And you can even see right there in that pink one, it's not even fully the rectangle, but because the photos are covering it, it's okay. And even that little polka dot piece that I use over on that left hand side, if you look at it, it's not even as long as the other ones, but again, the photos are covering it, so it's okay. We don't necessarily need that full 4-inch piece. Now I'll have all the measurements on my blog, which that information will be down below in the box. So all the measurements of those little like I said, those colored, I'll call them bricks, over on the left side. Also the larger polka dot paper the mat, and just everything that I've done, more details on the colors, again, the name of the paper pack, and just any information that you may need. Also a picture of the sketch. But the one thing that's fun about these scrapbook kits is they do come with that full page of stickers, which I love, and also the full page of like the cutouts. So I knew I was going to use one or something over on that right side underneath the kind of main picture, if you want to call it that, the one that's just kind of floating there right now. On the sketch, it shows it as a circle element, and I didn't want to cut anything out. I decided to use this quote with the fig because, again, when am I ever going to use a fig in something? I guess I shouldn't say that because you know something will come up. But I grabbed this little clock right here and put it over there on that right side because I thought that kind of emulated that circle portion of the sketch. There's one thing I love about using sketches is they're really something to be inspired or get you kind of thinking versus having to make your layout or your project look exactly like it. Now, there are plenty of times where I'll do something and it looks exactly like the sketch. And there's other times you kind of have to squint and, you know, pull it away from you, look a little closer or further away, and you can see the sketch. I feel like that's kind of where I am on this one. But when you do look at it, you can definitely see that it was inspired by that sketch. So I'm just pulling out a bunch of stickers. That little portion that I'm showing you right now, I have no idea. Oh, over there on that left-hand side, I have no idea what those are. I think they're supposed to be feathers, but either way, I wasn't going to use them because it had teal. But I was thinking, what in the world are they? So I'll have to figure that out at some point. But I'm just grabbing stickers that I think look good in these certain places. You know, the fun thing about these stickers is they're all coordinated. So they're, no matter what you choose, it's going to fit. Now, it's kind of hard to get into someone's mind on how they create their clusters. I've said before that I like to have the pieces of the clusters close enough together, touching or something, so they don't look like they're just kind of floating on their own. Unfortunately, I feel like I say that all the time, but then this over here on that right side that I'm playing with right now, you see how I have that top portion there? That flower part has that little frame in the middle, and I don't remember what the words say, but I didn't like them or I didn't need them for this project, so I just grabbed a piece of white scrap that just happened to be on my desk, covered it up, and then now I'm adding back that fig and the word hello. But you see how there's just a space between that little section and then that clock, where, and then also where what I'm using as the title. I wanted to do something to make that kind of flow into one, and I just couldn't get anything that I thought in my mind looked good enough to connect it. So in a sense, this is like 3 different clusters. As you see on that top left one that I'm working on now, the little piece of white paper that I used on that right side, I just used the remainder over there. So I kind of had a little coordination with the white, and I just layered stickers. Again, those figs, which again, I don't know if I'm ever going to have an opportunity to use a fig in a layout. I wish I would have used this as one of those random challenges you get where, oh, use these particular items. One of these days, I'm probably going to have fig in one of them and kick myself for using them on this layout. But anyhow, I hope you like this layout. I hope you like the way it's coming out. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I do post at least 2 videos a week. One will always be scrapbooking, and the second one is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, and that is the name of my blog and also my craft room. And those are usually like paper projects, but sometimes I do like screen printing, things, not screen printing, making shirts, things like that with vinyl on my Cricut. Sometimes I'm painting, doing things on my junk journal, mixed media type things, but it's all fun. I just love creating, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below. The white strips that I put in that bottom left-hand corner or right-hand corner, I will do some journaling right there because this was just a little photo session of me and my granddaughter. I think she was being a little fussy and I was just trying to make her happy. So we were doing all these funny selfie faces. Thanks again for watching. Bye.